palmwhinepodcast. Hey, and it's a podcast.
And it's the palmwhinepodcast. And it's the palmwhinepodcast. And it's the palmwhinepodcast. Yeah, and it's the palmwhinepodcast.
Welcome to the Palm Wine Podcast. It's your boy Quakes.
It's Sahara, you done know.
We're back again. Skinny pat. You done know.
Oh gosh, I've come through with the yellow today. Palm wine colours is still going. Got my kente earrings as well. Yeah, ready for me?
Trying to put on. And they love us.
I can switch it up, you know.
Listen,
next week
she's
will be a
bringing
head
the
wrap.
palm to the wine of the podcast this time.
Wow.
Isn't it? She's switching it. We're switching it. So she's the palm. I'm the. No, we don't say that. We don't say that. Now, obviously, we're back again. Obviously, we did a recording. We recorded our first couple episodes again of season 2. So,
Yeah.
obviously, we're back with a bang to give you more content. You get me?
Yes.
So,
Palm wine's back with a bang.
yeah.
Switching up the lyrics.
Wanna take a flight with the fam? Take a flight. Alright, cool. So as we always do, we want to do our, little housekeeping things.
Yes.
So first things first, we are on socials on Twitter, Insta, and yeah, that's it for now.
Yeah.
Might do a young TikTok scene in it.
I'm so done.
Might make our own TikTok dance, the palm wine TikTok dance. Nah, I'm joking.
So yeah, where can you follow us on Twitter then?
So on Twitter, you can follow us at palmwhinepod.
I'll say the next one. On Instagram, you'll find us on Palm Wine Podcast.
Lovely. And as well, make sure you like, subscribe, comment on all of our videos and all of our content.
And share it as well.
Yeah, share it. Forgot about that one.
Share it with your friends.
Make sure that you're there and that you're in tune with our content because we've got a lot of good stuff coming for you this season. As we said in our previous episode, we are focusing on black representation. But while we're here, right? Black representation, make sure you start, as you said, liking, commenting, sharing as well, subscribing. But we want to get to 15 likes and 15 comments for this episode, yeah?
Yes,
Because we've got some juicy stuff about coming on today.
And
So
let us know your opinions in the comments as well. We respond if you leave your opinions in the comments.
Exactly.
We promise.
don't worry, we don't bite on YouTube. We love banter. But yeah, so what are we talking about today, Sarah?
So today we're going to be doing music and black representation in music. So where should we go first? This is such a broad topic. There's so many angles.
So let's start off with our favourite genres and how that ties into who we are.
Okay, that is actually a good way to start.
Right, cool.
Do you want to go first?
Ladies first.
You should have just taken the L.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, I'm very into neo soul, trap soul, R&B, that type of vibe where, you know what I mean, where you feel like you're just transcended into a different realm.
Yeah.
I'm getting a bit deep here, but you know what I mean. For me, if you're asking me, I'm trying to even narrow it down to what two people that I'm listening to all the time, or if you say who are my favorite, some of my favorite songs, I'm talking Erykah Badu, Brent Fayez, Gold Link, K Tronada, all those type of. That's what I'm listening to on a daily basis. So for me, if I have to say, that's my type of music. I like music which has a meaning. Obviously, a bit of Pop Smoke will get you gassed or whatever. But if I'm talking about something with a bit more substance and something that makes me calm, makes me relax, makes me feel good, I'm talking about those type of genres, yeah.
Okay, that's good actually. So I'm a bit of a weird one. I have bare different types of music. But
what is the Quake you listening to on a daily basis?
On a daily basis?
Doubt.
It's
Or if you can't think of a genre, think of an artist.
Do you know what? It's like alternative R&B and hip hop. That's my bag right about now.
So basically what I said then.
Yeah.
I said alternative R&B.
Alternatives. You gotta be quirky with it, you get me? But I think what I might say is that I like listening to jazz as well. So a bit of jazz. Yeah. So it might be like jazz renditions of songs that I listen to, or jazz renditions of like video game music, just things that are like a bit left field in it. But like for me, jazz and soothing, calming music is the way forward to me, you know. And I think the reason why it's weird because it goes to a degree against my personality because I'm hype, like bare hype. So normally you'd think drill or I don't even know. like grime or something like that. But
no. Oh no, if you hear 22 Gigster,
if you were talking the hardest,
so we're from South. Sorry.
gigs better pop up in your thoughts as an artist.
Jeez. You have to.
Sport in the.
So yeah, but we call it. So if you hear that, no, I get you. You're basing it on my vibe then.
Yeah.
I feel like that is the way forward. I don't know if it's the thing where I feel like I've always been like that though. Obviously pop and everything else, the popular songs. That's basically what pop is and stuff. Something you can listen to it a few times, but on a day-to-day basis, we're both listening to. So when you say alternative R&B, you mean like trap soul?
Yeah.
The singing hip hop.
aspect. Yeah. So I think, like for example, one of our boys dropped a track the other day. Obviously I'm gonna give you shameless plug in it. Everyone go stream J-Hope One and Only. Done now. But yeah, that sort of vibe is me.
Yeah.
That sort of vibe to a T.
Yeah.
Is me, and I can't lie, banger,
Yeah.
absolute banger.
It's I think as well Afro swing, even though I don't like using the word Afro to describe African music, but we call it that is an issue. No, it's an issue. It's an issue that needs to be addressed because hair music, hair swing. And anyway, but we call it it's starting to go into that alternative R&B.
Yeah.
Because now you've got that kind of that African beat, but it's more of an R&B tip. And then you've got the singing hip hop on top, and it's like...
It's bellissimo. Bellissimo. See, I'm even speaking Italian now. Rah!
It's the music.
Before we start saying Bella Ciao like Buddy Heist.
I'm so done that he put the leg up as well.
Bella Ciao, Bella Ciao.
But yeah, no. We call it... What's the weirdest type of music that you listen to that's been done by a black person?
By a black person? Ooh.
I can't remember the name of the song. I've got one.
I can't even think of what. Actually, you might have to come back to me with that one. Actually,
I think my one. She was singing in Portuguese, but I love it. The beat kicks.
I'm
gonna pull it somewhere down here. I can't speak the language, but I love the song.
Do you know
so
what?
I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it somewhere.
I've listened. You know what? So as you said that, it just reminded me of a time I was in Brazil. Like the Brazilian music is sweet. Like I think there was one song which was on the ITV. It was the ITV's World Cup anthem.
World Cup?
Yeah, the Brazil World Cup, and it was the ITV theme song. It was like I said, yeah, run me that, Spotify me that expeditiously, because again, it sort of brings about the vibe. Obviously, having been to Brazil as well, you get to see how influential black culture is to not just what we perceive as music, but also back then. So they would have more of that jazzy feel and acoustic vibes and guitars and stuff like that. And when you're sitting on a beach and sipping a caipirinha, that's the music is hitting you sweet.
But then I feel like since we're in the Hispanic region, let's start there then.
Okay,
I don't even know what his name is. Is it J Balvin? The guy that won the Latina award.
Yeah,
for the Afro, the African Latino award. I'm just gonna have to say that because it's gonna irk me throughout the video if I keep saying that. But we call it, and he said, "Oh, thank you for the award, but I'm not black."
And
can you imagine? I don't know if it is J Balvin. I'm gonna check it, and if it is, I'll leave it, but I'll edit out and put the right name if it is.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I can think of on top of my head. But whoever it is, he's bait anyway. And then in his video, he had all of these. All the females that he used in the video were gorgeous, all the races, etc. But the black ones were the ones that are on leashes.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The one that won the award. I don't know if it's J Balvin, so I'm gonna.
We've got to find that. We need to research and put it.
So I'll retract the statement, but if it is, I'm gonna leave and keep saying J Balvin. But if not, I'll keep putting the.
She'll do a voiceover afterwards and then put the right name in it.
Yeah, it'll be like we call it whatever his name is, the tree. Every time I say J Balvin, the tree. But yeah, so for me, that's an issue because you've won the award. And the thing is, I don't even know why he's won the award in the first place or been nominated for the award. There's so many other African Latina musicians, some of them the ones that I know of Love and Hip Hop, that are about making songs that don't get recognition, but then they're giving somebody who's more European looking the African Latino award. And then he has the gumption, the goal, to say after receiving the award that thank you, but I'm not black. Mad.
Mazzolini on the dance.
And the thing is,
floor.
Brazil, all of those countries have such a big black. I'm trying. What am I trying to say? Sorry, the earring is bugging.
Demographic. Just take it off. She said, "What's your fear fling?"
I can't be bothered. I was trying to look cute for y'all. I'll pull it on for the next episode because I'm distracted.
What's your fear fling?
But yeah, this is how comfortable I am. But yeah, so we call it. Oh, what's I gonna say now? Yeah, there's so many things, but I think for me, it's just the complete one. You're making or putting people down, and there's such a divide already. Even though you can say I wouldn't even say it's improved, to be honest. It's just more noticeable because people are filming stuff now. If it wasn't for technology, these things, people will still be saying that we're mad when we say stuff like this. So I feel like it's still the same rate, maybe 0.0000001% change in the last 50 years. But for me, we call it, there's still a lot of, it's still the same. And I feel like for me to do that, I would have, if anything, if you didn't want the award, don't accept the blood clot award. No, well, am I lying?
No, there's no cap. There's no cap.
If you didn't want it because you're not black, don't take it. You know what I mean? Sit there.
Own what you are, innit?
Yeah.
Own it.
Own it. So yeah, for me, I don't. He was just. It was like, honestly, it kind of just felt a bit racist, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
To be fair though, I think this episode's come at the right time as well because the Brit Awards went out recently, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I actually watched it as well. So
the Brit Awards went out recently, and I can't lie, yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it, but Dave's performance of "In the Fire," yeah, that song is one of my favorite rap songs of the past year, innit?
No, it's Lazarus for me.
What?
Yeah,
I got check it. What? That's a banger. But "In the Fire," yeah, that lineup, that man said Fredo, Dave, Gets, Gigs.
Gets had an amazing year.
Listen,
I'm sorry, I'm such a big fan of Gets. So that his album was amazing.
Listen, Gets it. Those verses, yeah, for me, they hit differently because you see,
it's the culture.
The culture, like the Brit Awards,
used to be.
Yeah.
Continue.
I'm gonna say a black,
used to be
a black award show that celebrates black music, right? And again, when you look at the categories that they bunched things together in, so Dave was put as the Black R&B and Hip Hop Award, I think it was.
Well, one is changed. It's a bit more difficult because now they've made it a more generic award. So instead of doing male female, which fair enough. So now it's even harder to win
the award now. But
I would say black and other ethnicities to be winning awards anyway.
To be fair though, but I still didn't think that there needs to be a clearer divide because again, you're getting Dave who's as much as he's got hip hop and R&B under his bag, because he's more. I would say he's less of a grime artist, more of a sort of hip hop, intellectual hip hop artist, right?
Yeah. It's like Kendrick's type of spitting. When
he's
telling a story, but it bangs at the same time.
Exactly, but he's gone through a transition where he's adapted a whole heap of different genres in that one album. Yeah. We Are All Alone in This Together. Sick name, by the way. But you got Afro beats there. You've got slow hip hop there. You've obviously got your drill. You've got your grime. You've got your rap. Like you've got the whole spectrum. So to then niche it into one category.
Yeah, that's what I thought was mad.
It's a bit wild. Yeah, because
mad. You had like Dave, and then I don't know who else got Mira May or whoever else. It was like,
But if you're gonna do a award show like that, you gotta separate out hip hop as hip hop,
R&B as one,
grime, drill, everything like that. But speaking of like obviously the different categories of music, right? I mean, music has changed a lot from when we started. So if we go back to the 90s, you would have your Biggie Smalls, your Tupacs, your Nas, your Jay-Z. Ladies and gentlemen, I go. No, obviously that's obviously Biggie.
But yeah, for me, what I've noticed from videos in the last 20 years, because Lord, we're that old, is that
Plus.
the women are getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Even if they are black, they are now lighter women. Whereas before, like even early 2000s, the main female, the video vixen of the pick of that would have been a beautiful black woman, like a darker black woman. Not to say, no.
He said no colorism.
No colorism. That's far from who I am anyway.
Yeah.
But now they are lighter. I think America particularly, there's still that whole divide of white is right or lighter is
brighter.
Yeah, or no, or you know what I mean.
I had to find something that rhymes.
Yeah, but
I'm a poet. If you
whereas for me, before back in the day, the videos just used to be so ethnically diverse, you wouldn't even be able to spot it. You wouldn't be able. Whereas now you're like, oh, where's the one that looks like me? And you're lucky if you find one. And then if not, you're the one that's on the leash.
It's true. Do you know what? Right. Speaking of obviously the older songs that we used to listen to, yeah. So black music has been prevalent throughout a large portion of history, right?
The whole of history.
She said the whole of it.
Whole thing. Whole thing.
Yeah.
Always.
But if we look at the songs that we bang out, you know when you go to the raves and you hear the 90s sessions, yeah?
Yeah.
What is one song that surprises you that you thought was a black person that wasn't made by a black person?
Ooh.
I got like 3 in my head.
Wait, you start. So let me get some inspiration
All
first.
right.
Sorry, you threw me off guard with that question. Sorry.
So we're looking at music that when you listen to it, you think it's been made by a black person, but when you actually research who it was, they're not black. Right?
Okay, alright, go on.
So there's Colour Me Bad.
Tic tac, you know.
Stop.
Okay, yes,
that one.
That one there, I get you, yeah. I found that out a couple of years ago, actually.
That one spun me sideways. Then there's the person who made the sample for one of Tupac's biggest songs, and you lot might hate me because I completely... Oh, Do For Love, that's the one. The person that made Do For Love, I'm going to find his name right now, right? He's a white man.
Oh, the guy that's singing the song?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that because it's a swing song that I think he turned into hip hop, and we call it white people used to do swing music back in the day. I'm sure it's a swing song. Like,
Bobby Caldwell.
What you want to do?
Do for love.
Do for love. That's what he was in.
No, we find everything. What you don't need. Yeah. No, that was made by a white person. That one sent me sideways. When I heard that, when I saw it, I was like, "Rah, okay, interesting." But it also goes to show. Oh yeah, sorry, go on.
I still can't think of any. There's quite a few that in the early 90s, but I can't think of their names that made songs. And one of them did a song with Tupac as well. I can't remember his name now.
Elton John?
No. Let me go and find the song. Elton John. Who I didn't know was white. Sorry. It was just a disappointment. Elton John.
Oh gosh.
Wait. Let me find this song.
While you're finding that, right?
Sorry, killed me. Oh, what's the song?
Oh.
John B. That's his name.
Which one?
John B. He's white.
What song was it?
They don't know that I'm...
Oh!
That one. Yeah. When I heard that song, I didn't realise it was white.
Wait. What?
Yeah, he's white.
I know what song you're talking about now. Raw.
Yeah, see? He was in doing a couple hooks back in the day. Couple songs. Yeah.
Wow, okay. Yeah, that
one was for me. That was a shock.
That has spun me, boy.
Yeah.
Wow, you learn new things every single day on this podcast. So we're not just a banter podcast, we also do education.
But yeah, if we take it back, because obviously we're all about concentrating a bit more on the UK side, because I feel like we always hear about the American side. What is your opinion of the black representation in UK music today, or before and after, or now, basically?
Do you know what? That's a loaded question. So I'd say now black people are just taking over, right? Mm-hmm. Or if they're not taking over, they are heavily influencing the scene.
Define taking over. When you say taking over,
So if you look at a lot of by taking over, if you look at the genres that we're going through, you've got your Afro swing, you've got Amapiano, you've got house, you've got obviously your Afro house, you've got your Afro beats, you've got your obviously drill we're gonna leave for a bit later, but you've also got your grime and stuff like that, right?
R&B in the UK is coming back here.
Exactly. So they're all heavily influenced by and largely represented by the black demographic, right? Let's look at, if we take it for Afro swing now, you had, remember the season Afro swing was in full peak Afro swing. So your 2013 to about 2018.
When life was good.
Listen, life was sweet. You had the emergence of Jay Huss. You had the emergence of Tion Wayne, Kojo Funds, Abracadabra. You had, like, it was a passing of the old guard from like gigs and all of the gang rap and stuff like that to New School, Young Bane. You had Afrobeat, you know? Tion Wayne, Afrobeat, legends in the game. Then obviously you move it into people like Hardy Caprio, One Ason.
You shameless fucking out.
Listen, no. Obviously, like, Hardy's one of my boys, isn't it? But I mean, if you go through all of that list of talent, just from the Afro swing, and the good thing about that is they then now, most of these people, even Skepta, how can I forget Skepta, Stormzy, all of them, BBK and that, right? The representation is big. Like, you look at those are like the prominent names. We're not even looking at the people that are up and coming, right? And if you look at the influence on music, like, look at people like Central C, H, RD. Those people are probably listen to Skepta, listen to BBK, listen to grime, listen to all the drill artists and stuff that were there like in 2014 and stuff. You know, man, them that were doing skeng and a four-door truck and that. Do you know what I mean? Like, the scene is massive, and that's just talking about
and the amount of genres
in the scene. Do you know what I mean? I've just started to like 2 or 3. We're not even looking at, you know, UK R&B. You know, you've got like, and
there's a guy called Nipper that's come out. I really like his music.
Exactly, I haven't heard him actually. I might have to give him a shout.
It sounds like Usher, Chris Brown, early 2005.
And you see the influence from there, right? And it's important because a lot of people I know are getting into music now. And their influences come from what's around now and what's been around before. And the reason why I say black people, the influence is heavy is because you look at the type of music we're going into. So Afrobeats obviously was one of the people that even helped bring modern day Afrobeats, like the from 2014 onwards, right? Obviously before that you had Fuse.
It was him. It's Fuse everywhere.
You don't do me right. Listen. This episode's gonna have hella vocals on there, you know.
I know, for real. We both like music, so it's guaranteed.
But like Afrobeats became prominent through.
Me, I remember Azontoing in the mud in my secondary school. This is my little fucking lord.
Hope you didn't pop your ankle dead, boy.
Oh my god, you're trying to learn how to Azonto, watching the African kids do it.
And even then, like, we don't see how influential the Afrobeat scene was. I can't lie. Before I went to uni, my mother, my sister, my friends could account to this or attest to this. I had 2 left feet. Couldn't dance for nothing. Afrobeats came in, something I could vibe to a little bit. Now man used to be them grey tracksuit donnies in the middle of the dance floor around the circle and that. Mazine. But like now the influence in the UK culture when it comes to music is predominantly black. Predominantly black.
But I feel because of that though now as well, there's when you have people from more European backgrounds where they're trying to now, or what's going out is you've got musicians who are being accused of blackfishing in order to try and appeal to the black demographic because they're making quote unquote black music. It's deep though. It's deep because it's deep. No, but you have to.
No, but it's true.
It's true. Because at the end of the day, like you said, everything is influenced by us. Fashion, you can go through the whole thing. We've done media. Everything is influenced by us, whether people like to admit it or not. So, it's facts. So we call it. I think what's her name, the Little Mix girl, and then but the thing is, we call it Nicki Minaj kind of vouched for and said no, she doesn't think she's blackfishing, but we could clearly see essentially she could be blackfishing because that's not how she normally looks. And then she was doing what's his name, Bad Boy for Life. Song. Yeah,
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I can't remember her
Yeah.
name, but yeah, I know who you're talking
yeah.
about.
So we call it. It's kind of like you can do hip hop. That's why I think I like old school Christina Aguilera. When she was doing like songs with Lil Kim or whatever, my man still came in there with her pale skin, doing the same thing or whatever, dancing or whatever, and embracing the culture in that way, but without changing herself. Because before, when she first came out, she was kind of this whole, we call it. I'm trying to think, like a white girl from New York. That's that type of vibe. So you know what I mean. So I think for that, if you can do it that way, then fine. I don't know if you remember that song. Nobody can hold us down. Yeah, that's the song I'm referring to. And she just did her thing, but in her own way. But if you're gonna change yourself, or lose yourself, Eminem, in
the music, you mean?
What do you call it? Sorry, if you're gonna lose yourself to get views
In the music.
Look at the poetry that's coming out here.
Listen.
But yeah, so we call it. For me, I feel like if you can't what's it? I'm trying to think
And
of
they
love, yeah.
We for the we.
But we call it. If you can't authentically, I was gonna say ethically, and I knew it wasn't the right one. That's why I was stuttering. I was like,
you
I'm
landed.
gonna say the
You
wrong.
landed. You landed.
You can't authentically be yourself in your music and still spit or sing the way you want to sing and be you. Then for me, it's a problem. And then if people address that as a problem, then you backtrack and then you're saying sorry afterwards, I feel like that's a problem too because you knew what you was doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's interesting, but yeah, do you know what? You said something that is interesting, right? So, like you said, Christina Aguilera was somebody that was from the white background and came into the black scene, but was authentically herself, right? What do you think stops, musicians? What do you think? You might have to edit this bit out because the English is English today. So, what would you say is or why do you think people jump on the bandwagons for music in terms of being not being from the culture that they're trying to represent, or that not being from.
So basically, why are they not? If they're white, why are they not being white in the music?
Yeah.
Okay. Or if they're Italian, why are they not being Italian?
Or Hispanic or stuff like that.
Well, the Hispanic stuff sells because we call it. I'm not gonna lie. So we call it that reggaeton clubs every day. And we call it Hispanic and black people go to those things. It's lit. Me, I'm still trying to learn my bachata and whatever. Samba, my salsa, 2-step, 1-step, back forth, everything. I love it. But I love the Hispanic culture anyway. But I feel to answer your question, because I went all the long way around there. To answer your question, I feel like you said from the very beginning that it sells. It always has sell. Look how Fela Kuti's inspired so many different artists, and he was around from back in the day. Elvis Presley stole from people like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a name.
People them.
But probably Sam Cooke and all those people that were before him, but then he made it himself. Or whatever, I'm trying to think. There was, that song, Red Wine.
That is a banger.
Right. So my mum said that she likes that song because they actually gave credit to the culture and the people that helped them and supported them with the beat and everything else, whereas other people have just stolen the song.
Straight up.
So you know what I mean, and stolen the culture and acted like I'm just hip like this.
It's a cold world.
Yeah. So for me, I feel like if you're gonna do stuff like that, recognize what you're doing, to be appropriate. And do not appropriate. But it's like you can show appreciation without being offensive.
True.
But I feel like if I saw, I don't know, somebody in traditional dress now and their name is Becky from Beckenham, I'm gonna be upset. And she's doing the. Like, for me, you know what I mean? For me, I'll be offended because I feel like now you're taking the mick. That's how personally I see it. And especially if, you get recognition for it. As if it was just you and you're so smart and you're so intelligent. I don't like it.
But I mean, you could also... you can also
It's a fine line.
It's like I
It's
said,
a thin
because
line.
there's some people that, you know, might actually go to the countries or like invest in the culture and want to express themselves like that. You know, for example, you might have someone that goes to maybe Ghana or Nigeria and really loves the culture and wants to sort of be involved in that, right? And wants to sort of make music for that. So a lot of people use their experiences in life to make their music.
All right, I hear that. I'm gonna mention your friend Kia Keys from with NSG.
Yeah.
We call it. That's how I respect it. To me, the way Kia Keys does it, he's still authentically himself. You know, he's chilling with the gang. Not literally the gang, but we call it, you know, NSG or whatever.
Entertainment.
However, he does it in a way where he shows his appreciation for his bros through his music. He might spit on an African style beat or Afro swing beat or whatever, and he's spitting, but he's still being Kia from the ends, as in himself. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like that's respect. That's appropriate. Or whatever. He busts a 2-2. What you call it? He might do a little down when the beat drops. It goes down or whatever. You know what I mean? He's feeling it. However, he's not going overboard, and he's still authentically himself. He's not begging it. Do you get what I'm saying? Where some people do this type of stuff and it's forced, and I don't like it when people do music and songs. It's banging now because African music is banging worldwide now. Even Bashment's gone quiet. Free vibes cartel.
He said free vibes
because what?
He said free vibes.
But yeah, we could it. But even Bashment's gone quiet, or dancehall, etc. has gone a bit quiet. But African music is taken it by storm, and people are seeing now as opportunities to make money. They didn't care about it before. They've even been racist in the past, but all of a sudden now you're there singing.
Clean.
I won't say any names.
Yeah, obviously we don't want to be.
We call it. Didn't really appreciate that at all.
But do you know what? Yeah, you said something, and obviously going back to the bashment thing, right? Me, I'm not a proper bashment head, but you know, back in the day, yeah, when you be in the dance and you hear gas.
Yeah.
Listen, me, I'll be guarding with the roads.
I'm done.
I'll be guarding both sides of the road, looking left and right.
I'm done. I saw a funny meme actually. Somebody did. Obviously, Stormy Eunice has been smacking some people up, and they put on the gas song. Somebody was leaning. I'm gonna have to add it in. I'm gonna have to save it. I'm gonna have to try and find it, screen record it, and save it. I was dying.
Is it the one that was? Do you see the guys in Croydon? There was
no, I don't think it was Croydon.
There was one in Croydon where guys were walking. You saw the wind just taking them with the rain. But again, you said something like the memes, right? A lot of our culture when it comes to music, right? Especially with the emergence of reels, Insta stories,
and majority of the
TikTok,
songs are memes. What you call it,
covers.
TikTok, yeah. And the dancers as well, or the ones that are creating the dancers are black as well. But then the white person, unfortunately, we call it, who copies the dance and it gets more views. Then they're the ones that are going on Ellen or getting recognition and getting...
Ellen, she said Ellen.
Yeah.
Wow.
Haven't you seen the ones I've gone to Ellen and then they got called out? Yeah. The Renegade one, that's when it started.
The Renegade dance.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because if you look at... So I've got... On my Insta feed, I watch a lot of, obviously, either Christian reels or gym reels or like motivational reels, right? And a lot of the time, the gym reels will either have... there's these two guys that I've seen, right? And they use the latest Amapiano song. You want to bamba. You want to chill with the big boys.
God, I'm singing that now.
That song is a banger, I can't lie. You want to run, kitty, you the anyway. But it goes... yeah, I can't lie. I'm involved. I told you. I had 2 left feet before the Afrobeat scene blew. Now I express it everywhere I go. But what it is, is you look at the reels and the content people produce. And it's just crazy how something that we would try and gatekeep to an extent is now being used by so many people or so many different demographics.
I don't even think we used to gatekeep it. I don't culture how we are as a people and how our ancestors were when the white people came to our country. We were sharing the knowledge. Yeah. Sorry, the Sahara historian's coming out now. we were sharing the knowledge, and then they took all of our knowledge, turned it against us, started putting Aristotle and Socrates and Socrates, whatever his name is, on the stuff, and then next thing you know, we were dying out, we were being killed, we were being raped. So let's get that twisted. We would never gatekeep anything, and that's probably what our mistake was in history. You can continue.
That's the history lesson for y'all. But I feel that the way music has impacted society as a whole, right? I think now would be a good time to talk about drill as well, right? So, given where, like, drill has had a massive impact on how people view black people.
Yeah.
Right?
And the police now.
And the police as well. So, I can't lie, there's certain drill songs that you'll be... Certain drill songs slap!
Yeah, I have to be honest, I disliked drill until Pop Smoke. Baby, welcome to the party. I was
Billie Jean.
No, that was the second one.
I know.
That welcome to the party. I was like,
welcome to the party.
Yeah, I was like, it came through. I kept hearing it on Instagram, and I said, let me hear this song. Bitch, I'm a stuck. Give me So I was like, what? It got me completely gassed. Rest in peace.
Pop Smoke.
Honestly, gone too young, bruv. Honestly, too young. Same age as my bloody sister, bro.
Swear. Mad.
Like, literally. So, yeah, for me, that was my official, I like
drill.
Some drill now. Because I don't like all of it. For Digger D, the only song I've probably got on my phone is Way, because that song I like that song. That's that one. But Pop Smoke, really a bit of Abra maybe.
Oh yeah, but then see now you're even reminding me of what came first before drill.
What came first? Because for me, I missed that. For me, my introduction to drill, or my acceptance, I'll say, of drill, because I didn't like it before, and I work in schools. The kids coming to me saying, "Oh, dig that," and that dig and whoever it is, and dig it. I can't even keep up. And then I was like, "Nah, man, I don't like it." And the what it's saying, like, people are telling in the songs, and I think which is why there's this connotation that now black people are angry and we just kill people and all that, because in the songs it's saying
dry stitching.
Yeah, for real. I stabbed up his mum, and his mum got poked in the lungs, and then I stepped on her head, and now she's dead. And I've watched and the son's I made the son watch. You know what I mean? Now it works for me. Like, it's stuff like that though. And you're listening, for me, because of, like, the first question you asked, what type of music do we listen to?
Yeah.
I like music where it's feeding me, it's feeding my soul.
Yeah.
So for me, and I feel like music does, because you've got the Pied Piper.
Yeah.
Remember, yeah? It's stuff like that. So I think when you're listening to that stuff, like, over and over again, of course, somebody's gonna come and step to you now. You're thinking, what you call it? Yeah, I'm these guys in the videos. And some of these people have even admitted that they're capping.
Yeah.
Like, it's just for the music, it's just for the sales. So when you've got a 12-year-old young child that's listening to this music, they're bringing knives to school because of the influence, that they think it's cool to do so, then I feel like in that stance, yes. However, as an appreciator of music, some of it I do enjoy. But maybe because I'm mature now and the way I've been raised is important, I feel like, in terms of the negative stigmas and representation, for you to be educated to say that it's wrong. Live in the moment, but don't bring a knife to school. Don't carry, you know what I mean? Don't be thinking a gun is cool. Don't be thinking getting fights is cool. It's that it's a thin line again. So I feel like for somebody who is young and 10 years old or 11 years old, just about to go to secondary school, it is very impressionable on them. And now they think swearing and
all of that jazz.
Fighting is hard, and that makes you a man. And being able to have drugs or take drugs makes you cool, is going to make you popular. So I think it's that for me, because it does.
The message behind
it does, but I feel like America does the same. So even if you take it out of rap, it's always been there.
Yeah, from way before we were born. Yeah,
before, it's always been there. So I feel like this whole drill is the enemy of the UK that the police is going on about now is complete stupidness. However, if you as a rapper wish to dry snitch on yourself in the song, because it's
That
happened
sounds
so
like
many
a
times now.
that sounds like a personal.
Well, that's what happened to Bobby Schmurder as well. They listened to a week for Hot N-word.
Yeah.
That's what we call it.
About a week ago. And the thing is, it's a banger.
It's an absolute
It's an
banger.
absolute banger.
And you know why? The beat and the dance. That's what got it. It's the dance. Everybody, do you know how many memes?
Listen,
again,
flip that up in the air. What?
And they used to dub it to Hispanic music as well.
Yes.
That and the Chief Keef one. I can't remember the song, but everyone's dancing.
That's an adult. Like bang bang. Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
dancing,
yeah,
and then
yeah,
they
yeah,
memed it
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. So it's that type of thing. There's the huge influence. However, I think for me, I feel like it's a bit far-fetched to say that because of this negative stigma or this one for a couple negative areas, that this is the only way black people are, and we're just angry, violent killers and rapists and everything else that we call it, the society likes to pin us with, because we're not.
Exactly. But yeah, on that drill point, there's another genre that came to mind actually, but I'll do that afterwards. So the drill point for me, yeah, I got into drill. I'd say when Abracadabra came out with Robbery, yeah, I think that was the beginning bit.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you forgot about. I told you out that stretch of 2013.
Yeah.
To 2017, music
I was there.
banging.
There. But the thing is, I don't know. I didn't count that as drill at the time.
But if you look at the beat, right? The beat.
I didn't count that as drill at the time. I just thought it was
just grime or hip hop.
Yeah, that's what I just.
But
UK hip hop.
You start off with hip hop, right? But then you look at drill,
it is
drill, and you go into
it's like a soft drill.
It's a softer. It's like it's the introductory into drill. Then you start hearing. Obviously, you said Pop Smoke. The one for me, yeah, was Skeng in a 4-door truck. I just want to crash it at them. When I heard that song, my head I'd lose it. Absolutely lose it. Because it was a banger at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of it is the beats. So when you hear
it is.
It's like, and that was also, if you look at it, right? Look at jungle music. Jungle music and grime.
Yeah.
Those, I feel like they're like drill is jungle music and grime's baby.
Yeah.
Like on a purely sonic and instrumental level. Yeah. That's like the love child.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, like drill, I can listen to drill, but I don't listen to drill too much simply because of what you said. Whatever you listen to will affect your brain chemistry.
Yeah.
Right?
You start thinking that this is normal life.
Exactly. Like for example, in the Bible, it says, faith comes from hearing and hearing the word of God, right? But what you hear has a massive impact. So like you're saying with the youth, they're listening to drill. They're listening to, I'm gonna stab you up, do, bang, bang, click, click, all of that stuff.
For real.
Right? And it's having an effect. It's having a deep effect. It is. People are, again, when you, like, I can only talk about for me, but when I'm in the gym and I'm listening to someone like Rick Ross, I'm a boss, when I'm banging my weights, yeah, I'm sitting there thinking, I am a boss,
Yeah, while you're lifting that weight.
But, like, I'm a boss, come on, what? But at the same time, you got to think about it. Music, especially drill, it's sometimes it's good to listen to depending on the message, but I'm someone that beats catch me.
Yeah,
a good beat.
Same, that's all I care about.
I will ignore the words, but
yeah.
most people, because the beat is good, they will listen to it again and again and again.
And
you start picking up the
it,
words, the lyrics, and they're like, right, people are saying this, and this, and
no, but if only everybody did that, we might do that, but everybody doesn't.
And again, it's key. But the point I'm going to do to kind of move away from drill is if you look at the gospel scene and how many of our like current singers or the big singers started from the church, from the gospel church, like gospel music. You look at Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, Jennifer Hudson,
Whitney
Houston. Gospel is such a big influence in their lives, or the church is such a big influence in a lot of the musicians' lives, right? That it's interesting to see how many people veer away from that.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Because your favourite singer probably sung in their church when they were 5, 6, 7, all the way up until 17. And then you look at, for example, Kanye West now, especially with his documentary that came out recently.
I need to watch
it. I need to watch it as well. But from what I've heard, it shows how important the influence of black music was in his life.
Yeah. And it's not even just, it's our culture.
Yeah.
It's where we're from. It's adopting that notion and speaking from the heart and just, I don't know, spitting and writing and singing and rapping about the way you grew up, what you saw around you. I feel like Kanye West does that a lot, and he just says stuff like literally about what he's going through. Thinks that there was something going around about all of the lights Anya's verse is actually, if you listen to it, is very deep.
Yeah.
And he's actually saying something that went wrong, but because the song is catchy and the chorus is so positive and the beat's uplifting, you're not, if you don't see the words or hear the words, we call it
lyric videos and that.
Yeah. No, I like them now because actually you can see what you're thinking. Those visualizers.
Yeah,
it helps you just listen to the music
what it says,
rather than being distracted by the beat or the music video.
Yeah, no, it's good. And I think on that note, we're gonna wrap this episode up.
Yes.
So obviously, I've been your boy Quicks.
Sahara.
Done.
3 A's.
Wait,
Done.
Instead of alright, cool. So obviously, as always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe.
Yes, share. Tell us your opinions of black representation of music in the comments below. Follow us on the gram, palmwhinepodcast, and follow us on Twitter
at palmwhinepod.
Wow, yeah. I'll let you have it.
That's how it's gonna be from now on. Palmwhinepod.
This is the beginning. I'm just smiling through. Smile away.
But anyway. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you loved the episode and keep coming back because you got lots of great content coming for you. Alright, in a bit. Peace.
And it's the